Start recording. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tennessee's. I'ma check the recording thing again. Yep, just as I suspected, it fucked up again. What else is new? Yeah, that'll be good. That's good. Anywho, thank you for coming back to the channel. I don't know what I'm doing with this voice. This is going to be the last Keisuke video, and then I'm moving on to June. So, hope you're ready for that, because June is by far the most emotional out of all the routes, in my opinion at least. Like, my favorite boyo in this game is Keisuke, obviously, because yeah, as I've said multiple times, but June's route is my favorite route. Entirely. It is so fucking good. Emotionally devastating, but good. Jeez, Luigi. Let's just load into this save, and we're on day 14. We have 6 days until the confession, which, let me just say, is going to be quite a long amount of time. Why am I doing this fucking announcer voice? I don't understand. That is some good wake-up juice. I sit around in the second floor hallway, waiting for a certain someone to finally come out of his class. Dude, you have a crush. At this point, you're literally waiting. You're waiting for K-kun to just come out of his class so you can talk to him. You have a crush. God, why does he spend so much time? And I'm in there after class has already ended for the day. So the sound of the door opening, my attention is dragged away from my phone and towards it. Exactly. He's like, wait, why the fuck are you waiting for me, buddy? That's a bit weird. Keisuke stands in front of the door looking with a confusion. Alexon, what are you doing here? I go to school here, remember? Not here in school, here on my floor. Damn, I know you're rich, but I wasn't aware you had bought the whole floor. Ha ha, very funny. But to properly answer your question, I came by to see you. Evidently, as far as I know, you don't know anyone else in this floor. Then why did you ask me in the first place? That's not what I was... Never mind, you're just teasing me, aren't you? What was your first clue? So, to what do I have the pleasure? Given the look on your face, it really doesn't sound like much of a pleasure. Don't make me smack the ants out of you. Okay, sorry. I came by to see what you're doing. I thought you might be going to your band today. It's not my band. Besides, always trails off without even finishing the sentence. Something up? No, it's nothing. I was just thinking some stuff over. I guess I'm gonna end up going today after all. You could stand to sound a little more excited about it. Didn't you choose to join their band because you wanted to be around music? Great, can I come with you? Timber distracting whatever thoughts he's mulling over by being extra cheerful. Hey, it works for June, that might work for me too, right? What? You want to come with me? Why? Why wouldn't I? It's a band. It's cool. Besides, I enjoyed hearing them play last time I was there. I can't just take you there without permission. Why? Do they not like me being around there last time? Not exactly. They said they liked having an audience. Then what's the harm in taking me? It's not about... Oh, forget it. You're just going to keep this until I agree, aren't you? Sounds like someone knows me well. It really does, huh? God, these two. Honestly, just wait till you see some of the CGs later on. This dude looks amazingly beautiful in them. It's ridiculous. We walk inside the room. I'm greeted to the cool and dry air conditioned air. That's a bit of a redundant sentence, but I'm gonna let it pass because, you know, Basket's first language is in English, and the fact it's written as well in English to begin with is fucking incredible. So, it's crazy. The only language I'm that fluent in, other than English, is German because, you know, my grandparents taught me when I was growing up because I have German heritage and Dutch heritage and a tiddlywink of Irish or Scottish, and I don't remember which. Sensation of breathing it kind of makes the middle of my nose, inside of my nose itch a little, but it's still pleasant nonetheless. I know that feeling. Good afternoon, Keisuke said, screaming out loud without even checking if anyone was in first. Seems that the room was empty at first glance. The instruments are all laying around haphazardly, and everything seems to be in disarray. There's no one here? Probably in the control room. Kakago-san. That name is so interesting. It's the Raven Boy. A head peeks out from the door on the far side of the room, looking at us with curiosity. Once he recognizes Keisuke, the Raven walks out, lifting an eyebrow. No. No, Keisuke, I see you have a guest today. Hello, Michimiya. I noticed lack of an honorific inside of my head with a little bit of amusement. Is it safe for me to drop it too in that case? Afternoon, sorry for the intrusion. Raven crossed his arms, flashing me a polite smile. How does that work with the beak? That's it. Okay. It's no bother. If you're sticking around to watch us, because I can already imagine some people. If you're sticking around to watch us rehearse, then I can already imagine that people enjoy the opportunity to show off. That's what I'm counting on. Kakaho-san, why aren't you in uniform? Raven looks down at his clothes for something for his eyes flicker back to the hair. Well, class is over the day. I didn't see any reason to keep them on. I can understand that sort of attitude from the others, but I've never seen you do something like it. Did something happen? Raven lifts an eyebrow. Geez, Keisuke, nice job. Anyway. I think you're trying to read a little too much into something innocuous, unless you have someone in your mind that's worrying you. Keisuke shifts, and the first time today I notice him hugging his arms extra close to his body. That sounds exactly like my body. The way I, whatever the fucking phrase is, the way, mannerisms. That sounds like my mannerisms a little bit. I just hug myself a lot, because anxiety and shit, Oh, is that Delphi? Oh. Delphi's my cat. She's really cute. She had her kittens on the 8th, actually. Anyway. Is something going on? Not exactly. Kakayo-san, do you mind talking me alone for a second? There's something I need to ask you about. Keikun, is everything alright? Yeah, just give me a second. Raven nods, making a gesture with his head towards the sour booth. My memory is absolute dog shit, because I don't remember what this is about. I don't remember anything. Except for, the very late parts of the routes, because I played those, but, the early stuff I don't really remember that well. Or at least they think they did. I can see the door was just barely left ajar. I know I shouldn't, but I can't resist the urge to eavesdrop. Don't fucking dare. Don't do it. If I get a choice, I am stopping you. Confirm that I can't see them through the looking glass and decide that if I can't see them, they can't see me. That's a fucking dumb idea. Stealthily my way towards the door, ready to listen in on their conversation. You fucking... Wow. The fuck, dude? What the fuck? If he didn't want you to hear what he has to say, fucking respect that. A rumor? Kagaho's voice is the first I hear. I can't really make out what he's thinking just from the tone of his voice, but he sounds when amused when he asks. I heard the girls murmuring to themselves when they thought I was out of earshot. Something about Ishigo-san moving away, then I saw you in nothing but your daily clothes and no one else around, so... So? His voice is calm and soothing, almost paternal. Ew. Despite the two of us being in the same year, having studied in the same class once, we've never interacted much. Still, little I know him is that he's a responsible type. I guess him and Suichi will get along in that regard. Don't judge people that harshly from, one thing about them. Oh yes, this person is a responsible person, and Suichi's responsible, therefore they'd make good friends. Yes, that totally would make for... God! I defend Yuichi from a lot of the criticism thrown his way, but my god, sometimes I can't. He is utterly crazy in terms of his social thoughts. Although the dry sense of humor I saw last time I came by definitely caught my surprise. I was just worried the band might disband. Wait, their band might disband? But Keisuke just joined them not too long after dissolving? I can't really say much on the matter. Ichigo's business is her own to disclose. You should ask her about it. I will say that we've no intention of dissolving the band, though. Kagaho's voice sounds really serious from where I stand. It's like his words are denying what was said, but his voice seems inclined to agree. If that even makes any sense. I suck at reading people's mood from their voices. Stop. Stop reading me, you, I don't know if you know this about me, but I am a tism. I have the tism. I have the autism gene, and, that's very accurate. Um, it's sometimes difficult for me to judge what people are feeling, and, like, if what I'm doing is okay or not, you know? Whoa, what the fuck did I just do? I didn't mean to do that. I need to do this. Yes, oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear me. Oh, jeez. Sorry, I'm busy doing something right now. I'm kind of doing, yeah. I don't know. Oh, of course. Of course. Anyway, sorry about that. I was just telling my mom real quick. Wait, is this what Cake was saying about when I talked to him in front of his class? And the band would keep going if she left? You're asking me for information I have no way of giving you. I don't make decisions for the others, Keisuke. All I'm saying is that right now things are fine. You're reading too much into it. So there's really no underlying reason for you to wearing this clothes? Dude, I think you're focusing a bit too much on his outfit. Like, I just... Wow. I hear a dry chuckle. The raven's voice echoes almost like a squawk, and yes, I know that speciesist. There's much reason I'd have for any other type of clothes. If my clothes make you uncomfortable like it's dirt for you, would that make you feel bad? Oh my god. No, thanks. I already see my fair share of naked boys in the locker room. I'm good. You heard the sound of the doorknob being rustled immediately bolt back where I was before. Like natural. You wouldn't have to if you didn't eavesdrop on their conversation like a fucking idiot. God. Huh, the door was open. I could have sworn I'd closed it. No, sorry, I forgot to say, the pin is kind of broken, so you have to pull on it hard. For it to actually go into its groove, otherwise it just slides itself open again. Seriously? How many issues have I had to fix? How many issues have I had to have fixed just these past 2 weeks alone? How does all this stuff show up broken? My guess is that the cleaning staff don't really know how to do all the equipment. A lot of the stuff here is really delicate. This door is bigger and heavier to help with the soundproofing, but it uses a regular lock. It probably couldn't handle the weight, what you're saying. It's as good a guess as any. Is everything alright? Try to familiar with what they just discussed. Good thing I'm not as crappy a liar as Suichi is. He'd have busted before even saying a word. Oh, I forgot you were there. For a second. Yeah, everything's fine. Just had some band manners to discuss, that's all. Nah, don't forget, don't just forget that I'm here. Anyway, I'll make sure to inform the faculty office that this can be fixed soon. Thank you, Keisuke. Did you just ignore me? Dude, don't turn into a yandere. We don't need that. We don't need a yandere. Oh my god. He has his own fucking business. You don't need to go poking into it unnecessarily. That shit pisses me off. Where is everyone else, by the way? Are they inside the booth or something like that? Oh no, they're just late. The most of some records while I wait for them to arrive. Ichigo is supposed to be meeting with the council president. I have no idea where the others are, though. Oh, she's meeting with Soichi, huh? With Soichi? Why? Okay, I thought his, I almost read that wrong myself. He eyed me with curiosity and was cracking a smile. No, that's true. You're his best friend, aren't you? Yeah, I am. Is there something going on? Ichigo-san wanted to book the squad order for the band to perform during the festival. She's probably negotiating with him. Negotiating? Honestly, though, like, it's kinda cause, in Suichi's route, we just found out that, like, he has a major crush on Yuichi or Aoi, whatever, main character. And in this route, we're gonna be dating the butter boy over here, and, like, interesting, that's gonna be fun. My memory's crap, but, like, I just, wow. Student council allocates the common areas of the school for just the clubs. Not all of us are capable of using our rooms or our displays. We have to get space in other areas. The auditorium is the only place we could possibly do a show, but it's also one of those popular areas. Lots of clubs that have booths there here. We are basically asking for it all ourselves. Oh, wow. Sounds like a difficult thing to get. It is. Ichigo's been going for it almost a month already, but he still won't budge. It's not like he's completely against giving it to us. It's just harder to reallocate the other clubs, I'd imagine. I could try asking for you guys if that would make things easier. Thank you for the offer, but we don't really want to use personal connections to our advantage. If we wanted that, we'd have asked Keisuke a long time ago. Not like I'd have agreed in the first place. Also true. Oh, sorry, I didn't know. It's alright, like I said, I appreciate the offer. We just want to do things properly. Do you guys perform for the festival then? Do you have any original songs, or will you be doing covers? It's mostly covers. Even though the band's been together for quite some time, we haven't had much success with the composer until recently. We only have 2 original songs written so far, and only one of them is rehearsed. Heh, I've actually written a couple songs myself. They are meant to be like gothic rock type things, like kind of like Marilyn Manson type songs, but like my ex said that he could do them just like classic rock style, and that'd be fine. I don't know I honestly don't know what Jeremiah's doing. He blocked me because apparently I can't tell my friends that I love them because whatever. I just hope he's doing okay, and I'm kind of hurting over it, but whatever. I have Ezra now. That's all that matters. Kagaho-san. Keisuke is the one behind our compositions. Did you know he's quite a talented composite? Kagaho-san. Keikun's voice goes up a few octaves when he interjects, trying to cut off the thread of mid-sentence. No, sorry, wasn't I supposed to tell him that? Well, why didn't I else compose, Keikun? I thought all he could do was compose until you and Ichigo told us he could sing and play too. Can we please stop talking about this? Sure, if you're uncomfortable playing in front of us, that's your prerogative. We're just here to make music. That's not what I... Never mind. Ew. Heyo. Good afternoon. 2 girls walk in the room without interrupting the conversation we've been having so far. I'm not gonna complain, it wasn't exactly the most comfortable here. Eyes immediately fall on me. Cuddy goes stiff, taking a step back where she notices my presence. Oh, it's you again. Kei-chan's friend? Don't call me Kei-chan. Yeah, that's me, Kei-chan's friend. I brought my tennis bag with me. I like my racket, I swear. Don't threaten me with a good time, buddy. I like that. I like pain. Alright. Calm down. I was only joking. Hey, Koko-san, what happened to your uniform? Is everyone gonna ask me that question? You usually never show yours. I just wanted to switch things up. There's no harm in that. I suppose. Come on, Shoko-chan, let's get changed. Cody nods while the other girl without a single word being said. Getting changed? Here? We have a small bathroom adjoining with that control room. Girls tend to go get changed there instead of just using the public bathroom on the floor. Thought only the sports clubs with private bathrooms. This room used to be used for the school's marching band rehearsals. That's why it's so big. We just got lucky to be assigned after the marching band was disbanded. So that bathroom was supposed to be for the band's instructor to use. Pretty much now it's ours though. We tried reassigning us a regular club room first, but the noise complaints piled up pretty fast. This was the only soundproof room they had. What about the classic music club? Classic music club's room. Up until June transferred there, that was never used. It's not soundproof. I imagine it's because pianos, violins, and the likes don't tend to be as loud as electric guitars, drums, and other rock instruments. Yeah, does sound a good point. Oh, God, okay. Once again, the sound of the door opening snaps our attention away from our conversation. Hey, sorry I'm a little late. Monk, if I remember correctly, is our guitarist. To me, he looks to be openly grinning at my side. How are we gonna have an audience today? Cool. Then looks over there to two teammates, two members of his club currently present. His eyes linger on the raven and there is an eyebrow. Kakayo-san, how come you're not with... Is everyone seriously going to ask me that question? Raven snaps for a sudden drop his composed attitude. They flash with a scowl as his voice echoes his profound annoyance with repeated questions. How the fuck does he... How? Yeah, I don't understand. How does that work with a fucking beak? Okay, forget I asked. Sheesh, someone's pissy today. No, you just happen to be the third person asking me that question. I've already become fed up. How is that my fault? Don't snap just at me. Sorry, I think I might have kicked off this issue. You're sorry, how come you're smiling? He pats his face starting to get red. What I've seen last time I was here, what I'm seeing now, I guess he's not the most mature person around. I mean, he did throw a temper tantrum when he thought I had dated their vocalist before. Caruso, don't forget to breathe. I think your lips are in blue. I am breathing. Can we stop acting like children already? Both of you? I don't see what about my behavior makes me a child. Course you don't. You're too slick to be caught misbehaving, aren't you? You're the one who said it. Yes, what an odd coincidence, isn't it? Now can we focus on rehearsing? Are the girls here already? Miyu and Shoko are. Ichiko will probably still be a while. She's in the middle of negotiations. Well, how are we supposed to rehearse without her? You know your riffs, don't you? That's all you need to rehearse. Well, it's just not the same without Ichigo-san. What's not the same with Ichigo? Girls like how they join the room with both chains out of their uniforms. The monkey been speaking so loudly that both walk with their eyes glued to him, looks of curiosity plastered on their faces. You know, doing his voice and like reading his lines in this format would be cool, but if I ever met someone like this in real life, I would never fucking hang out with them. This person is annoying. Fuck that shit. Kakaho-san, what's this rehearse without her? Well, yeah, she said she was going to be late today because of her negotiations with the council president. What's the problem with that? What? You don't think there's anything wrong with that? We can't rehearse without her. I actually don't see any problem either. Cody eyes me, her eyes lingering for a second before she finishes her sentence. Her eyes look really scary and unfriendly. Does she not like me or something? Kudos with some discomfort elbows her friend. Shoko-chan, don't stare at him like that. He'll get the wrong idea. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to... There's that her words, her eyes being fixed to her shoes. Please try to have a little more tact, won't you? What are you talking about? I'm all about tact. Sure. Kakaho-san, the raven, leans up towards me, whispering on my ear. Please don't mind her. She's really shy with newcomers, and some people think she comes off as being standoffish. Oh, I see. Message received. Well, should we get to it? What about Ichigo-san? Look, I understand your reservations, but there's less than 2 weeks into the festival, and you guys only have 3 hours a day to rehearse. Do you really want to lose up to an hour because of that? But as this Keisuke says, we need to use our time to its fullest. We have 2 original songs to play, and we haven't even finished learning the first one. Even being optimistic, I still see having a hard time getting them perfected by then. We can't afford you wasting time now, unless you want our first show to be nothing more than the song covers. In that which case, good luck getting any attention with that. Alright, let's get started then. Alright, I'm going to be watching inside the control room with Alex on. Alright, we'll be doing some warming up before we get into it. Feel free to call us out if we make any mistakes. I don't think I'm qualified to do that sort of thing. It's your song. You're the only one who can tell us if we're performing it correctly. That's, Oh, what's wrong? Embarrassed to have your friend hearing your original composition? Shut up! Nice job establishing your authority. You're getting teased by a freshman. Don't you start too. Come on, just come with me to the control room. Walk into the so-called control room for the first time. First thing that stands out to me is just how old the equipment inside looks. Holy shit, these CRT monitors? How old is this stuff? Most of it is unusable. I tried offering to buy new equipment for the band, but they flat out refused. All the instruments and amps, and they use our stuff they bought for themselves, and they're all proud of that. Not that it would matter, though. We don't really do any recording, so the only thing that we need at our functional is the sound monitor. You mean the CRTs? No, a sound monitor is something used to monitor the sound frequencies. Plug a headphone into which we listen to what's going on inside, as well as check each mic separately. Notice how we have more than one microphone inside? We're not just picking up some of the sounds inside. We have mics placed to record each separately, too. Allows the sound engineer to monitor every single player in the room. That's why it's called a monitor. The only equipment in this room isn't outdated past the point of uselessness. Oh, I didn't know any of that. Damn, I feel so stupid that having to explain all this to me. Doesn't help that he acts as if it was the most basic stuff in the world. Hey, I'm going to plug another headphones so you can listen to. Just don't touch anything else, okay? Sure. Keisuke hands me a pair of earbuds and at the same time grabs another one for himself. Puts one in his left ear, leaving the other off. Assume he did it so he could still talk to me. Regardless, I imitate him, trying best not to look too much like a novice with this stuff. Earbuds? Thought you'd be using on-ear headphones. There's no good models out there for hair, as our ears are too big, and that causes the sound to bleed. Good pair reference earbuds are better since they completely close the ear canal. Damn, you don't really know a lot about this stuff. Oh, mixing? No, not at all. I had to research a lot of this stuff, but I for sure it's going to be useful. It wouldn't surprise me if I were wrong about some stuff. Well, in that case, you sound really confident about something you don't really know anything about. Wouldn't be the first time. Keisuke, can we start? Hear someone's voice echo inside my left ear. Look through the window of the next room, I see the raven looking directly at the two of us. All the band members are in their respective positions with their instruments. Oh, do it, but even the meekest looking member of their band looks a hell of a lot more imposing once they have their instruments in hand. They really look like people know what they're doing. They are accountants, they all have a little stifling, being honest. Keikun presses a button and talks to a microphone that is dangling from a pedestal near his mouth. Sure, whatever you want. Raven nods, showing only glance at their members. Almost as if on cue, their drummer, the raccoon girl, clacks her drumsticks a few times to make it a countdown. Then they all start playing at once. No one is even a beat late in their start. The synchrony leaves me completely astounded. Oh, for tired you're trying to come up with words. It's just, I can't even begin to put into words. I look over to Keiko and next to me and see him frowning, staring at their performance with the complete opposite reaction of mine. Something wrong?
They're not playing like usual.
What do you mean?
Half of them are doing just fine, but I think Ichigo-san not being here is making some of them uneasy.
Really, who?
Guitar and keyboard, that's Kurusu and Shoko. Our bass and drums are fine. They're setting the rhythm just as they should be, and are making sure no one goes too wild. I have to commend them for that. The guitar and the keyboard are playing slightly off. It's not a huge difference, but any difference, no matter how small, can throw off the other members of the band too. Look at Gakao-san. He's definitely noticed.
30 minutes. Fun. Honestly, I really fucking love the fact that I can change, change the amount of, sound that comes through the audio. I like that a lot. I could, increase my mic. I look through the window once more, seeing the raven looking between Karusu and Shoko with a frown. How's he able to focus on playing while also keep this in line? That guy's a monster.
Gakao-san's pretty amazing like that.
As if he read my thoughts, Keikun starts talking about the raven, looking at the bass with what looks to me like envy.
He's like the band's guardian or something like that. He keeps a death grip on their rhythm and always which might keep the rowdy members from going too crazy. He's the only reason the band can play in synchrony. In fact, it's probably the only reason this band even functions as a unit in the first place. Tails acts as a mediator for everyone all the time. He's always keeping an eye on everything that's happening. That guy's probably as close to having superpowers as a person can be.
Honestly, I really like metal. Like, metal is one of my favorite genres of music, but I also really like classical. And that's like the that's the what that's that's the the type I know the most about. You know, I know the most about classical music over. Yeah. It's really interesting because I never thought I'd actually, be interested in music in that way. But hey, I know a lot about it now because I've looked up and studied a lot about it. It's cool. Anyway, sorry. Really? Because we know a bunch of really hardworking people already. You sure he's the closest having powers out of all the people we know?
Maybe not more than Urata, but then again, Urata doesn't have powers. Here's a problem.
Cheeky. I wonder I'd right hearing you say that.
Probably fire a few choice expletives at me, the usual.
The fact you can say that with a smile on your face is a little bit scary, I have to admit.
How come? I enjoy our antagonistic to and fro. It's one of the most fun parts of my day.
I think Soichi isn't the one with a problem.
Perhaps, but I admit to nothing.
Honestly, though, I've seen people ship Keisuke and Soichi, and all I have to say to that is why? Why? What do you see in those two in a relationship exactly? Them annoying each other, or it doesn't make sense to me, okay? It doesn't. Despite the lighthearted conversation, Keisuke's eyes continue to be fixed on the band. Watch them like a hawk, scrutinizing every minor movement and sound they make, constantly on the search for any mistakes.
Your PlayStation's the boss, alright.
Is it really that bad?
At this point, it'd be better than multiple interviews your song gets here. They're just gonna end up developing bad habits and having a hard time performing it right if they keep this up.
Oh, that's harsh.
I'm supposed to be their manager. If it means making sure they're doing well, then I have to be harsh.
Sounds like a job you'd enjoy.
I like hearing them play and helping them with the arrangements. I don't like being the ass that tells them they're awful.
That's your problem. You shouldn't be using the term awful in the first place. That's why you're an ass. You know what I meant. Don't try to be smart with me. I have no idea what you're talking about. Ah! Haken flicks me on the forehead, chuckling softly right at the spot where he just flicked me, a little stinging sensation throbbing on my head. That's cute, but we both know you're not slick enough to pull off a clueless act. I could do without the flicking, you know. What? It's my way of showing I care. Sure it is. Hang on, they're about to finish up. Leans forward, pressing the button on the panel again. I think that button might be the microphone in this room. Transmits the recording booth? Not really sure. Can you guys take 5? Kagaho-san, I need to speak with you. Barely 5 seconds after I finish the performance, Keisuke begins to speak, stepping everyone's attention toward the window. Raven sighs, putting his bass back on the stand, speaking a few words for their bandmongers that I can't hear since he's speaking away from the microphone. It was terrible, wasn't it? Before he's in no time to close the door, Kahago-san asked that question. It wasn't the best, no. You and Miyu-san were doing a good job, but the other two... They're too used to following Ichigo's lead. Without her here, they get lost. Yeah. I don't know if it's the absence of Ichigo-san specifically, or just like the vocals in general, but they certainly aren't concentrating. This is gonna be a problem. I don't know how long Ichigo's gonna take, and I'd really not rather miss precious rehearsal time. Oh no! Fucking hell, I'm sorry. That must have blasted your eardrums. How loud this fucking thing, my mic is at this point. Wow. I'm sorry. Crosses his arm, laying his back against the door and letting out a big sigh. Kakago's black feathers are ruffled and messy. I can see a few beads of sweat glistening between them. Playing instrument really that much work. Come to think of it, they're all a bit sweaty. I'll be for what, 4 minutes? What do you think we should do? Get Ichigo-san here. He sighs again, a strange smile flashing over his beak. Alright, let me rephrase. What do you think we can do? Have just you and Miyu-san practice? If the other two could you try, they're gonna end up just making things harder for themselves when they have to grip on mistakes. Alternatively, you could try to point out their mistakes and hope that they can fix it. I'm not very hopeful for that, given how they just played, though. Maybe you can fucking sing yourself, for fuck's sake. Like, I'm sorry, I know that you don't want to, but like... Nah, you're right. Maybe Shoko could stand for some chance of getting back on track, but Karusu isn't the type to do well with corrections. He's gonna be thrown off his game no matter what. If we try to correct him, I'll just get nervous trying to fix his mistake and end up making more. That's what I thought too. Both of them sigh at the same time. Kakaho-san closes his eyes, letting his head hang back and lean against the wall. Keikun on the other hand, begins to rub his forehead, taking deep breaths. You thinking? That's a very dramatic way to think. Just throwing out a crazy suggestion, but maybe you could fill in for Ichigo as a singer until she gets back. Don't be ridiculous. There's no way I could do that. Isn't there? Ichigo seemed to think you could. She said you were a great singer. That's not... What's the harm in it? You did initially join this club because you wanted to sing and play guitar, didn't you? It's not that simple. Why not? They're a band, not a computer. They're people who are used to playing together with certain other people. You can't just swap out a part and have it work normally. Having me there would probably just throw them off even more. And there's also the fact I can't sing in public. Kagaho walks up to Keisuke, putting a hand on the hare's shoulder and smiling softly. You won't know until you try. Come on, we really need to make good use of this rehearsal time. You literally did sing in public. At the fucking guitar shop. There was a bunch of people around. Like, I know it's anxiety and, like, it's stress about you not singing well enough, but, like, you did that in public at a fucking store. And those were complete strangers. So I would think being around friends would make it a bit easier, you know? Like... Besides, you already saying thank you. Already saying public back at the lizard guy store. Remember, everyone loved you. That's different. I forgot there were people around. Plus, I was pressured by him into doing it. Alright, then I'll pressure you in instead.
It doesn't work that way.
Come on, it would really help us if you could, just for today. No one's asked you to go for Ichigo forever, just until she gets back. Kagaho-san stares at Keisuke silently, his eyes glued to the hare's face, their eyes not meeting.
God damn it, peer pressure. Fine, I'll do it.
It's great, thanks for the help. Raven taps Keikun on the shoulder a few times, smiling.
Just don't blame me if I end up making things worse. I'll be fine, stop worrying so much. I hope Ichigo-san doesn't take much too long.
Could you at least try to pretend you're paying attention to me when I'm trying to encourage you? By the way, what should I do while you're over there with them?
Just listen to the rehearsal with headphones and don't touch anything, okay?
How cold. You don't trust me not to break stuff?
No.
Without even giving me a hard time to react, he plainly utters the word no and walks out of the room. I wouldn't trust you either, honestly. Looking through the window, I see other band members shoot him quizzical looks and starting to have a conversation. I really hope this all goes well. 45 minutes later. Alright, let's take a break for a bit.
Okay.
Despite Keiku's presence as vocalist, the band was still having problems coordinating. Having him around certainly lessened their issues, but I could tell from the faces Kahago-san was making that things weren't anywhere near perfect yet. Not only that, I could tell Keikun wasn't singing his best. His voice sounded strained, at times I could hear him choking on notes I knew he could easily hit before. The whole thing was starting to leave a sour taste in my mouth by the time Kahago-san called for a break.
Finally!
Keikun walks into the room with a sigh, immediately flopping down on his chair. You okay there?
I told you there was no way I could feel his shoes. I just screwed things up even more.
Think so? To me, they definitely improved, even though you were singing kind of weird there.
So you noticed too, huh? I was too nervous.
Keisuke. Keikun immediately stands up, his whole body going stiff as soon as Kakago-san walks into the room.
Yes?
Are you alright? I can tell you're pretty tense over there.
You too? I would know I was doing bad, but it was really that terrible.
Actually, I wouldn't call you terrible by any stretch of the word. With that said, I did notice you were looking pretty tense and uncomfortable, is the way I figured. That might be negatively impacting your performance.
I
Really was. I've seen Keikun sing before, and he's much better than that.
Alex-san!
So it's as I thought, huh? Raven crosses his arms, idly scratching his chest and looking past it with a look of wonderment.
Kagaho-san?
Oh, sorry, did you say something? Sam next to Keisuke's brow furrowing.
Are you alright? You don't usually get lost in thought.
No, everything is alright. I was just considering some things.
May I ask what those things are?
You may not.
Oh, sorry.
Kagaho chuckles, giving the nerve of his hair a few family pats on the shoulder. No worry, it's nothing major. I just prefer to keep my thoughts private, that's all. Still, I enjoy performing with you, even if it was just rehearsal. Having your vocals definitely helped with the other two concentrate. Even if they weren't back to 100% immediately, I'd like to do it again.
You said it was a one-time thing, remember?
Right, I did say that. Ah, Ichigo-san! Here's someone's voice echoing loudly in my ear from the one earbud I still have on. Immediately flinch and instinctively take it out.
Alex, are you alright?
Yeah, someone just shouted really loudly in the mic, that's all. Keikun lets my son movement and walks up to me, examining with a worried look of worry on my face. Oh, looks like Ichigo's here. Maybe let's look out the window and see Ichigo's figure immediately getting mobbed by 3 main members. Let's go. We should see what was the result of the negotiations.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ almighty. Screen's fucking covered. Holy shit.
And wait, everyone's here.
As soon as we walk in the recording booth, Ichigo's eyes fall on us.
Ah, there you two are. Oh, we have a guest too. Hi there, Michimiya-kun.
Hi there, Miyazuki. Sorry for the intrusion.
It's no intrusion. If you're a friend of one of us, you're a friend of all of us. Ichigo-san, how was the meeting with Hirata?
Keikun ignores all pleasantries and immediately asks the main question he's had in his mind. Calico Cat smiles knowingly.
It went well. He's agreed to speak with other clubs that had approached him for a spot in the gym building. He says if he can sort things out with them, he'll let us use it for our concert.
Yes, that's awesome! Immediately caught my ears as the monkey's booming voice echoes inside the room. I'm not not even the only one to do it.
Hey, use your inside voice, you airhead. Use the closed soundproof room. You don't have to yell.
Sorry. Here's immediately deflates begins to get chastised by his colleague. Others in the room ignore their little show, focusing on their own conversations. Christ, there's 6 fucking sprites on screen, it's ridiculous.
Ichigo-san, I got the book you asked for in my bag. Oh, thanks. Give it to me once we're done with rehearsal for the day, Kay? Okay. Hey, Kagaho. Sorry I'm late. Did things go well without me around?
Not as well as I'd hope. I got Keisuke to the vocals in your place while you were away, but that made things slightly better.
Kagaho-san?
I was immediately falling to Keiko and even smile on her face.
Really? Oh, thank you so much for the help, Kei-chan. It was nothing. Also, please don't call me Kei-chan. I could change this real quick. We get back to rehearsal.
Alright, try not to slip and break your neck in the bathroom.
That would be one glorious way to die, wouldn't it?
Raven chuckles, crossing his eyes, and looked her up and down with a raised eyebrow and a smile. Sure would be. I can already picture the newspaper headlines.
You're too old-fashioned, Kagaho. No one buys newspapers anymore.
I still do.
Hence why I said old-fashioned. Anyway, I'll be right back. If you guys excuse me, I'm going outside for air.
Alright, we'll start again in 5. Make sure you're back by then.
Sure thing.
Keiko grabs my arm and leads me out of the room with him in a rush.
Hey, what's going on? Nothing. I just need a little breather. Singing for them was really overwhelming.
I can imagine. You still did good, though.
I certainly hope so. One way or another, these are people who actually know about music. They're not just some rank amateurs who have no idea what they're doing. They're all good.
Certainly way of being negative about everything.
Sorry.
By the way, what was that conversation between Minazuki and Kagaho? That whole slip and break your neck thing?
Oh, that. They always joke around with each other like that. Not
Always that morbid, though. I somehow doubt that, I gotta be honest. I somehow doubt that. Sounds weird if you ask me.
like you have any room to talk. Like how we usually joke around with Hirata, Michiguchi-san, and
I don't think I've ever gone that far with my jokes, though.
You're only one step short of it, though.
Hell no. No, you're the one who at my expense.
Sorry, I just found it funny. Thanks for the help, though.
Help? What, if anything, did I do to help?
You have no idea how nervous I was doing the time I was singing there. Still, talking to you calmed me down a bit, so thanks for that.
Still feel like I'm being thanked for not really doing anything.
I'm just calling it how I see it. Anyway, we should probably head back inside.
Have the 5 minutes already passed? I make a motion to grab my phone from her pocket, but Keiko puts his hand on top of mine and stops me.
No, it's nothing like that. It's just that I've had enough time to recompose myself, so I think I should head back inside regardless. You're free to stay out here if you prefer, though.
No, no real point to that. I'd rather be inside with you. Plus, my presence really is calming, and I can do some good while I'm at it.
Thanks.
God, that's fucking cute. That's fucking adorable. I love them. So Discord basically like updated on my phone and it looks fucking disgusting. I hate it. I actually fucking hate the way this looks. It's abhorrent. God, this is disgusting looking. I hate it. I actively hate it. What's up, mate?
Oh my god, what the fuck was that? I don't understand. I'm going crazy. That's what's going on. Anyway, hello. How long has this video been? 50 minutes exactly. Cool. We walk back into the club room, immediately being welcomed to the side of the band amidst an enthusiastic discussion about what songs they performed at the festival. Keikun and I spend the rest of the afternoon inside the control room listening to the rehearsal while also chatting amongst ourselves. Once we finally finish for the day, we all head back home, wishing each other a good night. All I know is that I now feel really excited about the festival for some reason. I really want to see them performing on a real stage. May 23rd. Oh boy. This video is a bit too short for my liking, so I guess we're gonna have to go through another day. And thankfully, my computer's at 74. So cool. Area around the station is bustling with activity, lots of noise and bodies to go around. Many students are heading home after class now, so the majority of this mass of people is composed of them. For some reason, Keikun asked me during lunch hour to meet him here 30 minutes after class. No idea why he called me, but since he seemed to need help, I didn't hesitate to come. Alex on over here. He's wearing this absolutely adorable I want this outfit. It's fucking cute. Oh, it's French Fox Boy. Okay. I hear Keikun's voice calling me from behind. Once I turn around, I see the familiar white hair followed closely by a fox. Keikun, you're here too? Oui, I mean, yes. I don't know what voice to give him. It's actually the reason I called you over today. Yes, how so? He wanted my help navigating through the city so we could buy a few things. He wanted to join the test club once the festival's over, so we're mainly going to the sporting goods store. Even though his spoken Japanese is pretty good, he still has problems with reading the kanji, so I wanted, with my help, to know what's what. It's pretty nice of you, although I'm not sure why you called me over too. I think we've already established I'm not very good at doing these sorts of things by myself, so I thought it'd be good to have you around in case things go wrong. Is that so? I'll be happy to help. Mercy. Oh, God, I don't know. Mercy. That's thank you in my language. Still trying to use to speak in Japanese. Oh, yes, I sometimes revert back to it out of habit. Sorry, I don't understand why you asked Kegan to help you with this. Yes, that way I have someone who understands me even when I'm speaking in French. Well, it certainly doesn't help. Certainly doesn't help to have an incompetent liaison. What about Alex? Does he come with us? I mean, last time Keikun went on his own, I certainly think he should. If I had any say in this, he wouldn't. What about... Don't worry, I definitely still remember what happened last time. I asked Alex to meet us at the store. Having a guy as big walking around this crowd would be way too troublesome. He actually thought things through. Good to see you err on the side of caution. What are you talking about? I always think things through, and I always err on the side of caution. Explain to me how you got robbed, then. Go on, I'll wait. If you say so. Who's this Alex guy? Another student? Oh, right, Alex. You don't know Alex. He's my personal bodyguard. Wow, you have a personal bodyguard? I'd been told that you were rich, but I never thought that... I don't know a voice to give him. Oh my god, I keep switching back into Keisuke's voice. Wow, you have a personal bodyguard? I've been told that you were rich, but never thought you'd be that kind of stereotypical rich. I thought you hated stereotypes. I do. That's why this information leaves me so conflicted. Alex is a massive wolf who I'm pretty sure could bench press me with one hand. Wow, really? Dumb. Alex, please don't make exaggerations like that. He's actually going to take you seriously. Oh, it was a joke? Shame. What's the problem? I mean, he is super tall and strong. Maybe, but I very much doubt he could bench press you one-handed. Yeah, but I asked him once we meet up. I'm not even going to say anything to that. It's no fun, just roll over and take it.
I think it's highly dependent on the context of the I think it's highly dependent on the context of the situation.
What fucking context?
Why the fuck are you on TikTok?
Stop using the fucking... Stop using... The retarded... Shiny... What was the innuendo? Please don't tell me what you're doing just now.
Alright, I won't sell you.
Are you mocking me?
Damn, Vickin is a sharper tongue than I realized.
He is a fox after all.
As a fox myself, I take offense to that. Fuck you. I'm just kidding. Whoa, what did I say about stereotypes?
Alright, fair enough. By the way, should we get going? The crowd over here is getting quite loud at this time of day.
Yes, I think that's a good idea. I know, I'm making just my hand that tells Keisuke to take the lead. Flashes me an appreciative smile leading the way to the store.
Here you go, Victor. This is the sporting goods store I personally tend to shop at.
Oh, please, you only came here because of Juicy's display. She used to shop online before that.
That's irrelevant.
Sure it is. Didn't recognize the kanji on the letterboard, so either way, I wouldn't have realized what kind of store this was regardless.
I mean, let's be honest. If you look at the display case on the entrance, you can already see it's a pair of sneakers, rackets, and bowls. Pretty sure you'll be able to tell.
Uh-huh, I guess that's true.
So, but you're basically saying that you're useless. Either that, or Victor is clueless.
Why do you always gang up on each other? Oh my god.
Fucking just stop. Anyway, should we go look for Alex? Look, he's almost 2 meters tall. If he's inside, he's going to be standing out.
Or he's going to be standing right behind you.
He was dumb and surprised at the sound of the Wolf Steve voice echoing right behind our ears. Jesus, Alex, don't do that. You almost gave me a heart attack.
If a man my size can sneak up behind you, then I'm really not surprised you were pickpocketed.
What's 2 meters exactly? How tall is 2 meters? I don't know the metric system at all. Cause I'm not an idiot. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry actually. Oh, he's 6'6". Wow. I'm 6'3". Interesting. Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Damn, you really are big.
Alex's attention snaps to Vitku and his eyes looking the fox up and down with suspicion.
Yes, I seem to be getting a lot of that lately.
He turns instinctively takes a step back, looking suddenly very unsure of himself. Alex, stop glaring at him like that.
I have to make sure he doesn't represent the risk to you.
For God's sake, Alex, he's the senior in my school. What kind of risk do you think he could represent?
I can't know until I properly examined him.
Examined? Fox took another step back. This kind of crap is why I avoid taking you with me when I go out.
And yet look how well that turned out. You got robbed.
You're never going to let me live that down, are you? Jesus fucking Christ. God damn it, fucking flab. Ugh.
Not likely.
If you two don't mind, I'm gonna show Victor and Star while you guys bicker. But don't leave me alone with him. Leave Victor away, mostly even break from Alex's intensity. Keisuke quickly falls behind, and the ever loyal Alexander accompanies him. What kind of gear are you looking for here?
Well, I've never really played tennis before.
So,
Before I need a good racket, maybe a duffel bag to carry my things in too.
you have any sneakers, taping, clothing for you to practice in?
Do have sneakers, though they're more like running shoes, and I should probably buy polos, shouldn't I?
Don't necessarily have to use polos to play. Any sport shirt works. Walk slides the shelves carefully, gently touching the items to get a feel for their weight and textures. I'm sorry, this outfit on him, it fucking suits him so well. He looks amazing. Definitely doesn't seem like this is his first time doing this kind of thing. You seem to know what you're doing.
Well, yeah, I told you I used to play badminton.
I don't know how to do a French accent.
I'm the one who chose all the gear I used back then.
That makes things easier.
What led you to Japan of all places?
As the only just now remembered Alex is present in this room, Victor yelps and jumps where he stands, surprised by a larger male's voice. Damn, you're really terrified of him.
Me? What did I do?
How can you be that clueless? Alex frowns, looking down at Keiko with confusion.
It's fine, I was just...
He's fine, I was just surprised, that's all. The fuck was that voice? Fox takes a few deep breaths to calm himself. Suddenly, looking up and into Alex's eyes, he attempts to answer confidently. I wanted to broaden my horizons. I immerse myself in different cultures. I'm just gonna do that voice. I don't care if it's not French. I'm just doing this voice to differentiate him. And the boy's been curious about Japan, so Alexander nods to his words if he were silently approving his reasons. What about you? I mean, you don't look Japanese, and your name definitely isn't Japanese.
I got the job here.
He responds dryly, leaving a lot to be desired in his answer. Honestly, I think the Russian accent suits him, because like Alex could be like Alexander could be kind of like a different alias for Alexei. So I don't know. Responds dryly, leaving a lot to be desired in his answer. Alex has been working for my family for years. I don't quite know how he ended up in our employ, but he's been my personal bodyguard and butler for a long time. Both nods in agreement. God. Damn, so you guys have known each other for years then.
I've watched Keisuke grow, yes.
He's probably the closest thing I do to a childhood friend. How long have you actually known Alex for? You never really specified. All you've ever said has been years.
I've been working for the Outer Sahara Corporation for 9 years. I began my employ right after I turned 18.
Really? Wait, then you're only 27?
Yes, why?
No way. You're so large and bulky and mature looking. You look way more like you're in the late 30s.
No. No, I'm only 27. I'd appreciate it if you didn't treat me like some old geezer. It displeases me.
I thought this would. Stop laughing at us. Sorry, it's just... I can't believe you guys thought Alex was that old. Give me a break, okay? I mean, just look at him. He looks way too mature to be in his late 20s. Well, sorry to burst your bubble, but he's telling the truth. He's not that old, much older than us. He's still 10 years older than you, though. Maybe, but I grew up with Alex. There's no one I trust more in the world. Upon hearing those words, a small smile makes its way on Alex's face. His tail beginning to sway sideways ever so slightly. Aww. He's a softie. He's a softie at heart. Oh. Oh, that's so cute. That's legitimately really fucking cute. I'm gonna plug my phone in. Where the fuck is the plug?
plug you into my phone so you can charge. There you go. Funny. I'm just comedy gold central, aren't I? Yes, indeed. Oh, geez. So by tomorrow, it'll be a week until a friend's birthday. Oh, Jesus. Ah, I'm gonna have to write faster then. Wow. If you're watching this, buddy, I'm writing something for you. I mean, I already finished it, as I said, but like, if you're watching this, just know it's there, it's happening, it was written and all that. Then again, I think I'm the only one who noticed it. I appreciate it. You're welcome. So, Victor, do you have anything particular? Well, I know nothing about tennis rackets, so I'm going to need some help with that. Also, I think I'm going to buy new shoes, too. Jake could help you with rackets. He's far more knowledgeable on those than I am. On the other hand, I could go about getting you a recommendation for shoes while you guys check the rackets. Oh, really? That's super nice of you. Thanks. No problem. What's your shoe size? In Europe, I'd be at 41. I don't know if you guys have different sizes here in Japan. No worries. I'll look up on my phone and see if there's any conversion you made. I'll be right back. Walk away. Is Alex following you? That's a bit creepy. Walk away from them to browse the shoes on display and check out which ones I recommend for Bitcoin. Immediately notice Alex following me around the store. Yeah, why are you following me, of all people? Smirking his a lot, I turned to look him in the eye. You do know Cake is over there, right? He nods. I'm aware. He already has someone with him, meaning that he's safe. You, on the other hand, will be walking around alone. This is a sporting goods store about 2 blocks away from the station. I think I'm safe in here. Still, it doesn't hurt to keep my eye on you. Why, though? I'm not your boss. True, but you're someone important to him, meaning that your safety is also important to me. I think you're taking your job too serious here. Oh, sure, you can follow me around. Is Keisuke walking with me? What if something happens to Keisuke? Like I said, he already has someone with him. He'll be fine. Besides, if something happens, I could still keep my eye on him from here. It's not that big of a store. Does this mean you trust Beku and won't do anything to him? Not yet, but I choose to give him the benefit of the doubt. Well, aren't you altruistic? He smiles, shrugging once again. I'm sorry. He's a softie. He's a fucking softie, and I love him. Continue to walk around, checking all the shoes that catch my eye and making sure to read their specifications. So you and Kaikun have known each other for 9 years, huh? Yes. How'd you end up working for a sandwich so early? I mean, you were just 18, you weren't even Japanese. I was recommended to the position by my former teacher. He had ties to the Yoshihara Corporation and showed them how competent I was. Yeah, sounds easier than I thought it'd be. Alex shook his head, looking sideways, looking down at me with a half smile. Make no mistake, it was still incredibly difficult. They were very keen on testing me to make sure I was good enough for the job. I was to be the personal bodyguard of the company's only heir, after all. I hadn't thought about that. Still, things worked out well in the end. Keisuke and I bonded over time, and they chose to keep me in the position because of it. No offense, but his family isn't exactly nice. I'm surprised they chose someone to hire. I'm surprised they chose to hire someone to treat him so well. Thought they'd want someone to make him miserable. Chuckle, shaking his head negative once again. They can be difficult at times, but making the sole heir of the company miserable would be no one's best interest. I guess. I certainly faced my fair share of discrimination when I first started my job. Most of the servants working the estate are much older than I am. They were mistrustful of me when I first started. I've only interacted with you and one other butler when I visited, so I don't really know what they'd be like. The other butler in question is Kuroda. He's one of the few people to treat me cordially when I began working here. Has he been with the family for a long time? Much longer than I have. He's worked for the company since Keisuke's father first became CEO some 20 years ago. Wow, that long, huh? Alex nods. Why the sudden interest in it? Did you plan to be on butler once you graduate? Hardly. I've already had my career decided a long time ago. Yes, Keisuke told me you're quite talented. He believes you'll become a well-renowned athlete in the near future.
What, really?
Oh yes, he's been trying to convince his father to offer you a sponsorship before you make your debut. He says he wants to help you once you do.
I had no idea.
He is a very secretive person, so it really doesn't surprise me. He's the type to keep his feelings for people hidden deep inside. He really cares about you and your entire group regardless of how he might act.
I fucking love this. I fucking love Alex, okay? This character is. I love him. He's perfect. I see. Wait, why are you telling me this? Wouldn't it piss him off if he found out? Wolf smiled, shrugging with a cheeky crush on his face.
Probably, but he's a very awkward person. The last thing I want is for his reservedness to be misconstrued for callousness. You know how devastated he'd be if he lost any of you as friends.
Does he really care about us that much?
Yes, he talks about you and your friends all the time. You're the most talked about too.
Me? Why me? He shrugs.
Hell if I know. Still, he seems to be quite fond of you. Much more than I initially imagined too.
He's so gonna kill you if he finds out you're telling me this stuff.
I'll run the risk. I just want to make sure you know how much you mean to him. Knowing him, it wouldn't surprise me if he gave people the wrong idea. Ended up losing his friends for it.
I think you have too little faith on him. Keiken's not that awkward a person. Besides, he fits right into our group.
Perhaps now he does, but up until April, I always heard about how he felt out of place and excluded. I didn't want him to saying things like that anymore, nor do I want to see him hurt.
God, you must sound like his older brother.
Older brother, huh?
He pauses, looking suddenly lost in thought. For a few seconds. After a few seconds of consideration, he nods, smiling.
I suppose I do think of him as a little brother that I must protect.
Just be careful that this protection of yours doesn't result on you choking one of his friends, okay? Alex shifts where he stands, looking uncomfortable.
Yes, that I never did properly about his reactions that day, did I?
It's fine, don't hold a grudge. He did scare the crap out of me, though. Chuckles.
Good to hear. Perhaps me being scary will be sufficient to turn to anyone who might wish to do him harm.
We can only hope. The driver repairs his shoes and joined a pleasant conversation with Alex along the way. God, he's so fucking. He's perfect. Don't really understand why he's telling people to need to accompany me, but I have to admit he is a nice company. Back, how's the racket shop going? We managed to narrow it down to two. Keisuke is trying to decide between them. On the other hand, this one is likely and more flexible. Keisuke seems to be completely ignoring us, muttering words to himself. He's only comparing the rackets in his head and trying to decide. Want to try the shootouts I found in the meantime? This might take a while. Oh, sure. Thanks. I hand him about around 6 different pairs of shoes that I brought along with me. Thankfully, Alex helped help me to carry them around so it wouldn't make much trouble. These ones are very comfortable. Victor tries on the first pair and end up walking in circles with them. It's supposed to help give you an impulse when you run. It's a very breathable material too, so you don't have to worry about your feet getting too sweaty. It's definitely a good thing. Alex, when did you get back? Not too long ago. You seemed to be engrossed in your thoughts, so we didn't want to distract you. Sorry about that. How did shoe shopping go? I'm trying on the second pair now. I really like this first one. You didn't pick anything overly pricey, did you? Try to be conscious of the price when making my choices. Nothing too egregious. That's good. Wouldn't want you to be the same mistake I did. You mean at the ice cream store? Man, those prices almost gave me a heart attack. Exactly. By the way, Alex, what was this with Alex on?
Yes, I hope it wasn't a problem. I wanted to make sure he was safe and you already had company with you.
Of course, no problem. Thanks for looking out for him. Not that it was needed. Did you make a decision on the racket? Yes, I think this would be ideal for you. Keikun hands a purple racket with black stripes and white finishing around the handle. Victor grabs it, waving around with curiosity. Wow, it's lighter than I expected. It's a good all-around racket. You can buy a new one if you decide to specialize in a specific type or shot or something of the sort, but for a beginner, I recommend this. Alright, then this is the one I'm getting, thanks. Looks racket up and down exam with the big smile on his face. Vic Kun looked really pleased with it as he completely forgot to try on the rest of the shoes while waving the racket around. Call over an attendant, taking the racket from Victor's hand and handing it to the man. What? Hey! Can you hold onto this for when you check out? Certainly. I'll put it up. I'll put it behind the register. Thank you. Wave as the worker walks with the racket in his hands, feeling very pleased with himself. Why did you do that? Vic Kun pouts. Because you're distracted playing around with it and forgot to do the rest of your shopping. Plus, this way you don't carry it around, which is what you're gonna buy. You could have just asked me to put it down, you know. I believe this way was more efficient regardless. Party pooper. Yep, that's me, I'm Mr. Anti-Fun. Now get back trying on the shoes. Vic grumbles unhappily, sitting back down on the bench and proceeding to try on the next pair. We also have to look at some shirts after you picked a shoe. Just make sure not to go too overboard. If he buys a bunch of stuff, then the bill's gonna come out pretty scary. Yeah, I can already imagine that. Okay, we are about hour 16 minutes in. Cool. I think it's gonna be like an hour 30 minutes, gonna be honest. If this day doesn't make it there, then oh well, I'll just stop recording, but yeah. Once we finish shopping for Victor's equipment, we all back to the station area. The excess movement has already begun to die down, making so the area isn't as crowded anymore. Man, they end up buying all this stuff, huh? Carrying 5 bags with him, constantly shifting them around in his hands and him to get comfortable. Why do they use bags with tiny nylon handles? It feels like I'm slightly on my hand because of the weight. Dear, it's me. Alex walks up to the fox, taking the bags from his hand and carrying it in his own. Oh, thanks. You're welcome. So, Victor, is there anything else you'd like to see today? Maybe about those? Not even you paid me when I go to one. Oh. Sorry, Alex, I wasn't big fan of nudity. I wasn't expecting that. Any other ideas? Preferably ones that don't involve nudity. There are the touristic spots in this many in Japan, right? Maybe we go to one of those. I did come to the country primarily doing the culture. A touristic spot, huh? I know of one place where we could go. Really? I never took you for the touristy type. Alex shrugs. Knowing the layout of the city helps me do my job. Okay, I'm all ears. What's your idea? They'll take us there, just follow me. Big scary man asks you to follow to someplace unknown. This sounds like the setup for a horror movie. Would you... I mean... It does sound like the setup to a horror movie, I won't lie, but it sounds like the setup to a very bad horror movie. Like a very cliche one. I actually have plenty of horror ideas that would be like leagues better than, oh, some scary giant man takes you somewhere. Like, that's like cliche number 805 or something. Would you rather I leave you here by yourself? No, I'll go. Takes us nearly an hour to finally reach the place Alex was trying to lead us to. End up at a local shrine after crossing a bridge that goes over a little stream. Multicolored leaves are falling on the concrete steps at the entrance. Like the station, which was was at the center of the busiest areas, this place is nearly deserted. There we are. Alex motions with his head, pointing to the large wooden gates and different altars around us. Wow, a bona fide Shinto shrine. I've always wanted to visit one. Really? I thought you weren't too big on religion. Not these, but this is I'm not, but this is a piece of history right here. It is indeed. There's a lot of history in Japan. I mean, there's a lot of history everywhere in the world, but you know. How do you even know about this place? It's at the edge. It's at one of the edges of the town. Not many people come here in the first place. It's a touristy attraction. You want touristic attraction. You wanted to go somewhere touristy, did you not? It's not appropriate. It is appropriate, thank you, Alex. He nods in response. Well, the architecture here is magnificent. Certainly is a looker. I'm surprised by how well preserved it is. It's an historic monument, not to mention the shrine still has priests looking after it to this day. It's in no danger of going downhill anytime soon. That's good to know. People should care more about their history. Victor nods enthusiastically, pulling his phone out of his pocket. Mechanical hammer sound echoes from as the fox takes a shot at the scenery. Well, that's an old school camera sound. Whee! I thought it was a bit charming, so I configured my camera to make that sound whenever I snap a picture. That's pretty amusing. In Japan, our phones make camera sounds which cannot be turned off no matter what. You, on the other hand, chose to have a noisy phone camera. You can't, why not? It's to stop people from taking pictures of others without permission. Camera sound would let everyone know that a picture was snatched and that keeps people from being sneaky with them. Pretty sure it's mostly to stop perverts from taking up photos of women. And yet some people are still stupid enough to think that a phone that makes no sound is taking a photo of them. People believe whatever they want to believe. It's interesting, I did not know that.
Not that it stops people from hacking their phones to turn them off.
So long as it's not readily available, most people won't have the technical know-how to do it. Or the patience.
That is true.
Richard consistent pictures of the place, capturing everything from the main gate to the altars and nearby trees. If you want, you can buy a fortune here.
I don't really believe
in that kind of stuff. I think most people don't believe it. They buy it to help support the temple. It takes money to keep a place like this functioning, you know? Though, in that case, I guess I'm going to buy one. Right, nearby preacher of a box of fortunes. Good evening, what brings you all here? Man, a tanuki, smiles warmly at us, making a small reverence to welcome us. We're showing a foreign classmate around. And you decided to bring him to our shrine. I am most grateful for that. That is this fortune stuff again.
You make a payment of 5 yen and take a friend a fortune from the box.
5 yen? Wow, that's cheap. Opens the bowl, swishing out a coin from its side, hands to the priest.
Thank you very much.
Victor puts his hand in the box, shuffling around for a few seconds before pulling out a folded piece of paper. What does it say? There, let me see it. Let me see. Oh, I got the great blessing. Wow, this was really rare. Never anyone who's drawn one.
What does it say the blessing is for?
Let me see. Great blessing with...
Wait, childbirth? This can't be right.
But don't laugh at me.
You'll make a wonderful man.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of funny. What do you do? Even the priest is trying to get himself from laughing. He's covering up his mouth with his hand and looking away from us. This is bullshit. No, you shouldn't swear in a temple. But... He's right.
The shrine is a place of adoration. You should be respectful of it.
After this, I kind of want to draw fortune too, see what comes out.
I suppose I am also interested.
What about you, Alex? Will you draw one too?
Why not?
Sure, we should all draw one. Don't even mention Omegaverse shit. That shit's nasty.
Hey.
Rivas and the priest the 5 yen coin each, and grab a piece of paper from inside the box. Alex, why don't you go first?
Very well.
He neatly unfolds a piece of paper that is almost too small for his hands.
I drew a curse for my wishes in future business.
Oh, ouch, that's got to suck. Shrugs, pulling the paper back and putting it in his pocket.
You just have to do the best you can with what you have. My fortune is my own. My fortune is my own to make.
Isn't that a mature outlook to have? Alright, me next. Sure, knock yourself out. Check what is written on my paper, even though I don't consider myself a super religious person. I can't help but feel a little superstitious when it comes to these. Hey, cool. I drew a great blessing for my love life and my business. Wow, 2 great blessings in one day. Maybe these aren't as rare as we thought.
Plus, it's good that he drew one that actually makes sense for him.
It's funny. It's funny, great blessing for your love life and your business, huh? I wonder what's going to happen later on in this route. Huh? Somehow I feel jealous, and I don't even believe in these things in the first place. It's the rarity effect. What about yours, Keisuke? Let's see. Keisuke looks at what was written in his paper. Oh, wow, I drew the same as Alex on. Why did I tell you? What's gonna happen later on in this route, guys, huh? In like 5 days' time. What's gonna happen, huh? What, really? Yeah, look, great blessing for your love life and future business. That's what it says.
Nah, so I'm the only unlucky one.
Sorry, Alex. The only unlucky, I don't...
Don't worry, I'm sure you should.
Ah, boy. With mocking me. Those smiles deviously. I guess he even needs a sense of humor. Think I've had enough religious stuff for the day.
Don't be like... Don't be like that. If you pray hard enough, then maybe the man of your dreams will show up sooner.
Maybe you... I don't know. He looks kind of gay if you ask me. Kind of fruity, that outfit. His face starting to go red. Whether that's from embarrassment or anger, I don't really know. Careful, actually, but keep that his head might explode. How about we go around the temple so you can take a few more pictures of the scenery? The nearby stream is quite pretty, too. Yes, please. We've got like the priest, and we walk back out of the temple. We're going through this entrance arch again.
This place will be much prettier during the cherry blossom season.
No, I can't stand those. Fucking cherry blossom trees. Interesting. Those aren't in America at all. I mean, I really wish that I kind of lived in a forested area more than I do, because I like forests a lot and I hate living in such a populated area. People really piss me off.
Too bad we're not the other you, are we?
Fair enough. Oh wow, this video might actually make it to the hour and 3 minute mark. Amazing. The way they're efficient in this stream. I shouldn't be surprised. Everything around here is really well kept. Water's crystal clear, see? It's all very clean. I didn't think you'd get so much nature in this ghost major city. Really depends on where you visit. Some organizations are gung-ho about more gung-ho about nature preservation than others.
The estate is also surrounded by nature.
That's true. You can't see any other buildings around us. It's a bit lonely, actually.
I agree. That's why I have an apartment in the city.
I don't know. I think I'd prefer a quieter place. I love the countryside. Hey, man after my own heart. He's a fox and he likes the countryside. Interesting. I wouldn't really call the estate countryside, but I guess it is far enough away from the hustle and bustle of the city.
Yes, I have a hard time relaxing here.
Though hey, I just remembered, is there a koi fish pond around here or something of the sorts? There might be. Why? Let me go there. I want to see it. I want to take a picture of the fish. Sure, whatever floats your boat. We had fun exploring the temple and its surroundings for a few more hours, leisurely enjoying the company as we go along. Alex's decision to come here certainly paid off, as Victor seemed to be entertained the whole time. By the time we reached the station again, the sun is already fully set. The bustle of nightlife has already begun to increase as more people begin showing up in the area. Thanks again for the help, I really appreciate it. It's no problem, we had fun, right guys? Yeah, for sure.
It was an entertaining day.
Alex hands the fox the bags he'd been carrying around the whole time. Victor beams at him. Thank you, sorry for making you carry these for me.
You did no such thing. I carried them out of my own free will.
Still, thank you. Anyway, I should get going to my apartment. See you guys again tomorrow. Alright, have a safe trip home. Be careful.
I will. Bye-bye.
Fox continues waving us until he disappears into the crowd and vanishes from our sight. Should probably get going too. My family's gonna worry if I arrive too late at home. It would probably be for the best, yeah.
Keisuke, do you want me to go for the car?
Yeah, sure.
I'll be right back. I have to go someplace with this noise to make the call. Don't go anywhere.
Wouldn't dream of it. We are suddenly left alone amidst the crowd. Even Alex, all his height, suddenly disappears into the masses. How about we go someplace more quiet, too? What about Alex? He'll be fine. He's a big boy. He can take care of himself. You really are sneaky when you want to be, huh? Keisuke grabbed the arm away from the giant group of people. We don't walk far, just enough to get us out of the huge crowd in front of the station. It should be enough. My voice started trying to with others' voices. Certainly something the senses at times. Thank you for your help today, by the way. Not that you needed it. You did just fine showing him around without me. Maybe, but having you around was to fall back on definitely helped me stay calm. Pretty sure I would have gotten lost if you and Alex weren't around, so I really appreciate it. Maybe you should be thanking him for it too, then. I will, but Alex also had no choice in the matter. He has to accompany me. You could have very well said no and enjoyed your day by yourself. This is I'm the kind of person to do that. I suppose that's true. By the way, has there been any news on whether I'm able to the gym or not? No, but Narata's been being tight-lipped about it too. Tried asking him where we stand. He refused to answer. Well, he's a stickler for the rules, so it's no surprise. A little flexibility every now and then wouldn't hurt. Look who's talking. Yeah, I suppose that suspicious comes from me. Well, if you'll excuse me, I should be going. Alright, I should probably get back before Alex comes back. They're really fit. Try not to make things too difficult for him, will you? I make no promises. Good night. Good night, see you tomorrow. God, they're so cute. I think my walk home with Keikun seeing me off. Can't stop with the night sky in the way. For some reason, it really called my attention today. In this area of the city, it's hard to see the stars at night. Even so, today they really seem to be shining a lot. Feel oddly relaxed on my way home. Guess I had a lot more fun today than expected. Wonder about that stuff Alex said to me at the store. So I mean a lot to Keikun, huh? For some reason, the thought of that really makes me happy. I wonder why. I wonder why. Oh my gosh. Oh, rain. I hear rain. Anyway, that's it. The end of the video. 2 whole days, so don't complain. Also, the next video is going to be June. June. We have to do 3 June videos, and then I'll do Soichi again, and then I'll do Keisuke again. So you have to go through 6 videos to get more June content. Anyway, I will see you motherfuckers in the next video. See ya, everybody! Fuck off now!